It's time for bookkeeping, beer, and BS. I'm curious, it's like half a question, half a statement, but it seems like you can subconsciously stay in your sweet spot. You're not like intentionally not having too much or intentionally, not having too little. You're just like, you naturally just drink the right amount that you like know you can have without it. And I tend to find like when I come to these shows, I bring like my workout stuff because I try to go like for a run in the morning before breakfast or whatever, depending on timelines and all that stuff. And so like I'm out there drinking light beer with the best of them, but I like will subconsciously like find my wind down period so that I can get my 6 hours of sleep, get up, go for a run, and be ready to roll. So there's just like this subconscious element that I think when you're a professional, when you're playing at a really high level, it's just innate that you can drink exactly the right amount.
Dan,
professional drinking.
We joke around a lot, but in all seriousness, we all know that alcoholism is actually a very serious disease, and we all know that mental health is very, very important. And it's hindered my family in a way that can't be recovered. And it's very, very sad, and pretty much everybody's affected by it. But you bring up a good point, and as like a caveat, like when you're joking about something and you have to make like a disclaimer as a caveat, the whole point you're making is if you can find that sweet spot, stay in it, have no problem getting to your wind down. That's actually how you probably know you aren't an alcoholic. If you find yourself over-serving yourself every time you drink, there might be something else to look into. So on like a kind of serious note, like we joke around about it because we know what we're saying, but on a serious note, those are the two differences. If you're able to live in a sweet spot, if you know what you're doing, if you consume the same amount of drinks quite frequently and it's okay, that's one thing. If you can't control it, that's another. So just throw that out there because,
good point.
It's a sensitive area.
Way to bring the business lesson back to it.
You got it, buddy.
Actually, like, frankly, take the word alcohol out and put in the word entrepreneur or business model or whatever. Like, especially business owners, we obsess and we can take it too far. And my last coach, Frank, talks about it all the time. Like, that was what ended his first marriage. Was he treated his business like an alcoholic would treat alcohol, right? He's addicted to it. He couldn't stop. He would just keep going, and it ruined it, and in hindsight, he's talked about it before. Like, I just didn't know when to stop and I took it too far, right? So I think alcohol has a chemical component to do that, like that does it to us, but like our body makes its own chemicals all the time, right? And running a business can give us those highs and lows and can be its own addiction. And so as business owners, we always talk about work-life balance, and that's super cliche. I don't think it's a balance. I think it's like it's happening at the same time. It's not a teeter-totter. Like you're running down that path. But I do find like I do think about like, do I drink too much as a proactive thought? Like, I don't want to be the person that drinks too much. And I have the exact same thought. Now, I don't have that same thought. I'm like, let's go hunting and fishing. I will do that. That addiction, I'm 100% invested in that one. I'll go all the way. But I do worry about that in my business of like, am I spending too much time on it at the detriment of like everything else? Which is weird because we want to like obsess about our businesses and have the best business in the world, but like it comes at a cost. It comes at a big cost. So interesting little business lesson in there for you folks.
Right. And it's also interesting too. I mean, if whoever you're speaking about, if they didn't disclose to their wife that they're going to spend 80 hours a week on their business and it ruined their marriage, that's really sad. But for you, you're the caveat, you're the exception on the hunting and fishing because Marty knew what she signed up for, right? Like you can completely be addicted to hunting and fishing.
I was set to ruin our relationship before it started.
Yeah, she knew what she was getting into. I was
like, I'm drawing this line really far out.
Right.
Hey, what's up, business nerd? Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you learned a heck of a lot watching that episode. Do me a favor, subscribe right down here. And if you really like what you saw, you got more goods right here. Check out this one or check out this one and do this. Go subscribe. Appreciate you. Work smarter, work harder, go earn yourself some pride. Catch you on the next one.